I don't like the bruises on this child.
A mother's care is questioned.
I had seen that my son had abrasions, marks, bruises on his face.
But there are other marks on him as well. These bruises are all over.
And the father has had enough.
The plaintiff filed a report with Child Protective Services. If I saw this on a child, I would file a report. Miss Rodriguez, this is your son, Adam
Yes.
Mitchell. And he and Miss Aceves?
Aceves.
I'm going to pronounce that wrong. I know. It's going to be terrible for me. What's your first name?
Savannah.
Easier. Your son, Adam, and Savannah were in a relationship over a period of time. They live together and they have one child together. Savannah has other children from a different relationship. How many other children do you have?
I have two other children.
And the child that you have with Mr. Mitchell is a year old?
Yes.
You lived together from when to when?
From March 2017 to March 31st, 2019. That was just in our own home, but we were together from December 15th, 2015 to March 31st, 2019. So we lived other places.
In whose home did you live?
With other people, renting a room.
Okay. Is that correct, Mr. Mitchell?
Yes, Your Honor.
That you and the defendant were together from December 2015 until March 31st of 2019?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Ms. Rodriguez, your claims are that you made loans to Savannah during which period of time?
During 2018 and 2019.
And you said when in 2019?
In 2018.
2019, I said.
In 2019, there were repairs that were made to the home that I paid for.
What month?
April.
You mean after your son left?
Yes.
What repairs?
There were some damages to the door, a few of the doors that were in the home, the dog.
I'm not interested.
Okay.
Not interested.
Okay.
She and your son lived together. If you paid for repairs to the home after he moved out, get the money from him. Now, what loans do you claim you made to her in 2018?
2018, $300 went for rent.
Your son was living with her. Get the money from him.
Your Honor, may I speak? Is that okay?
No.
In April, loaned for utilities.
April what?
Of 2018.
Not interested. Not interested. I'm not interested in any money that you gave for either rent, utilities.
But they couldn't pay any of it, Your Honor.
Then listen to me. Miss Rodriguez, but for your son, did you know her before she and your son got together?
I knew her when they got together.
I said, listen to my question.
I'm sorry.
I said, did you know her before they got together?
Yes.
From where?
I didn't know her, I'm sorry, I didn't know her prior to my son. I didn't meet her until my son and her got together.
That's what I said to you.
Yes.
You're trying to figure out where I'm going. Don't try to figure out where I'm going. She was a stranger to you until she and your son got together. So if a stranger to you came up and said, I need money for rent, you would say, what, are you kidding me? The reason that you gave them money for rent was because she and your son were living together. Now they're not a couple anymore. You don't get the money back from her. Get the money from him.
Savannah's the one that promised to pay
I'm
you,
not
right?
speaking to you.
I loaned the money to her. She made a promise to pay.
That's too bad. I just gave you my answer. Get the money from your son. Now, were you working when you were together?
Yes, ma'am.
Who were you working for?
At that time, I'd worked for a couple different companies.
Were you working continuously?
Not always, ma'am, no.
Not always?
No.
And how was Savannah supporting herself and her two children?
Well, she wasn't necessarily supporting herself and her two children. I was in the house at the time.
I know, but when you weren't working.
When I wasn't working?
Yeah. What was she getting?
She was getting
income?
Yes, ma'am.
Was she getting welfare?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
She was getting food stamps. She's also getting welfare for the other two kids she had in the house.
Welfare? And what about housing? Did she have a housing allowance?
That's wrong.
No, we had just been on Section 8 for a year.
So you were on Section 8 housing with her and her children?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, but you couldn't get by yourself?
No.
Right. Okay. Get the money from him.